Hey gang, welcome back. Today we've got the M1000 up on the lift and we're going to be installing a clear clutch cover from DBK Special Parts. So let's jump in. Ducati has been around for a lot of years, primarily making parts and accessories for Ducatis, but now they are known as DBK Special Parts and they're offering products for BMWs as well as Triumphs. All right, let's get as much slack as we can on the clutch cable. And we're also going to adjust it out at the clutch lever. And then that's going to let us slip the clutch cable out of this housing just like that. Now, if you'll notice, none of those were very tight. Okay, now that we got all the bolts out of there, we're going to lift this clutch cover off just like that. And it's going to slide right out. We're going to need to pull this plate off of here so that we can get at a C-clip as well as a spring that's behind here. If you can see right here, we're going to be transplanting this spring as well as this C-clip along with the shaft. Perfect. And here's the new clutch cover. All right, so you've got the outer ring here, then the Lexan that is going to be covered in a protective film so you don't scratch it. You've got a gasket that sits under that Lexan. That clip will sit here, and then the spring will sit right there. And then this is going to be where the orientation of your throwout rod is going to come into play. Drop that spring in place and then push it in, and then it'll catch just like that. So whenever the clutch engages, it will rotate and disengage the clutch and then return based on that spring. Then your C-clip goes in down here, and there we go. It returns like it's supposed to. Now let's get this over on the bike. We've got the gasket on here, and you've got some locator pins right here and right here that are gonna help you to get the orientation correct. But the other trick is you've got to get this throwout shaft aligned with the action here. So you kind of have to get it placed in the correct spot and get everything to line up just right. There we go. I think we've done it. I'm going to put one of the supplied bolts in place from the Ducati kit, and we'll get this thing buttoned up. You've got a couple of these that are deep set, so I switched over to a screwdriver just so I didn't mar the finish. Make sure you consult your owner's manual for the appropriate torque specs. All right, so now that we've got these tightened up, replacing the stock oil cap. And if you have one of the S1000s, you can do a pressure plate spring cover that will actually sit back here, back behind this, this cross brace here. And so it'll just add another either different color. We've got a couple of different options as far as colors, so you can just throw a little accent back there. But this being the M1000, it has a different clutch pack, so we're not going to be able to utilize the SM04 on the M1000. Now we just have a couple more pieces to add. So this is the gasket that's going to sit in this channel right here. I'm going to get a little bit of oil on here just so we make a nice seal. Perfect. So I've got the one side peeled off here. Again, you don't have to be terribly meticulous here because, again, this is an oil bath, so it's going to be exposed to the oil from the motor anyway. But we want to make sure that we're doing as good as we can I wash my hands, and then I'm just going to make sure that we've got this Lexan nice and clean, because you don't want any contaminants in your motor anyway. And then this is going to sit in a channel right there, as such. And get the hardware in there. Now go into the star pattern. And that has got us there. All right, there we go. Got the clutch cable adjusted properly, so make sure that you get that squared away before you get out and give this a test ride, all of that. But that's it. That's the DBK Special Parts clear clutch cover installed on the M1000RR.